In this lecture, we will discuss about the Brough presentation. As we know that the malpresentations can be face presentation, it can be the Brough presentation, breech presentation, shoulder presentation, and the compound presentation. In our previous lecture, we have discussed in detail about the face presentation and about the fetal lie. In the second part, we will discuss about the Brough presentation and the important points and the important MCQs. I will also tell you the mnemonics and will tell you the important Viva and OSCE questions. So let's start. So first, what is the Brough presentation? So first, what is the brow? Brow is the area between the interior fontanelle till the glabella. Glabella is a smooth bony part between the eyebrows or between the supraorbital ridges. On the supraorbital ridges, eyebrows are present, right? So this whole area makes the brow or the forehead. So brow is also called as the forehead. So the brow consists of not only bones, it also consists of subcutaneous tissue, blood vessels, scalp, skin, the hairs and muscles. If this part of the fetus first lies over the maternal pelvis, we call that it is the Brough presentation. And when we do per-vaginal examination, we feel this hard bony part, which is the frontal bone. So the frontal bone is used as a denominator, right? The concept should be clear. The brow or the forehead is the presenting part, mean this is the part which will first enter into the maternal pelvis. And when we feel vaginally, which bony part we will feel first? We will feel the frontal bone. So frontal bone is a denominator. What is denominator? Denominator is the bony part of the presenting part, which is used to tell the position of the fetus relative to the maternal pelvis. Mean this frontal bone is present towards the pubis or is present towards the sacrum. If it is present towards the sacrum, we will say that fronto-posterior. If frontal bone is present towards the pubis or the anterior side of the pelvis, we will say that in Brough presentation, the position of the fetus is fronto-anterior. So this denominator is used to tell the position of the fetal presenting part. So first, the important thing is the incidence. The incidence of Brough presentation is 1 in 1500 to 3000 labors. And this is very important OSCE and Viva question. Often this diagram is given in OSCE and they ask about the lie. In Brough presentation, the lie will be longitudinal because the long axis of the fetus is parallel to the long axis of the maternal uterus. So, as the baby is present vertically, it is the longitudinal lie, right? Now, what is the presentation? As the forehead or the brow is entering into the pelvis first. So, the presentation is brow. What is the denominator? Mean when we do vaginal examination, with the help of which bony part we will tell either this presenting part is towards the anterior pelvic side or the posterior pelvic side. We will use the prominent bony part. What is the prominent bony part in the forehead? That is the frontal bone. So we use the frontal bone, right? So frontal bone is only bone, while forehead or a brow consists of bone as well as other connective tissues, blood vessels, hairs and the scalp, etc. Right? So once again, the denominator tells the position of the presenting part according to or relative to the maternal pelvis. For example, here the frontal bone is towards the anterior side of the pelvis. Here we can say that it is the fronto-anterior. If this bone is towards the sacrum, we will say that the position of the fetus is fronto-posterior, right? Presenting diameter is mentovertical, that is 13 centimeter. This is mentum. As we know that the area between the anterior fontanelle and the posterior fontanelle is the vertex. When we measure the distance between the mentum till the highest point of the vertex, it is called the mentovertical diameter. That is about 13.5 cm according to Dewhurst, or 13 cm according to the 10 teachers. So if you are following the 10 teachers, use this diameter, right? So this is the presenting diameter, which is mentovertical diameter. And what is the attitude in Brough presentation? Attitude is just the fetal position related to the fetal spine. In Brough presentation, the fetal head is partially extended, or we can say that partially deflexed. So I will not repeat again all these things, that what is live, what is presentation, what is denominator. Kindly watch my previous video, that is the part 1 of malpresentation. Otherwise there will be the over repetition. Now how you will diagnose the Brough presentation? You can diagnose on the ultrasound and on pervaginal examination during the labor. On the pervaginal examination, as we know that in the Brough presentation, the forehead is the presenting part, so this area will first overlies the maternal pelvis inlet. So when we do vaginal examination, you will feel the frontal bone, you will feel the root of the nose and the nasal ridge, you will feel the orbital ridges, right? But you will not able to feel the mouth and chin. That is very important. So on pervaginal examination, you can easily tell about the presentation. Normally, when you do pervaginal examination, you should feel the vertex of the fetal head. But in Brough presentation, you will feel the frontal bone. And here, again we can look that mentovertical diameter is the presenting diameter. That is about 13 centimeter. And this is the largest diameter. This mentovertical diameter of 13 centimeter is too large to permit engagement of head. So in Brough presentation, engagement cannot occur. When head will not engage, the labor will not occur, because the first step of labor is the engagement of the head. Now what are the complications of Brough presentation? Again, important Viva and OSCE question. These are the complications, right? The cord prolapse, the uterine rupture, face bruise, obstructed labor, fetal hypoxia and death. These are the complications of face presentation also. Or in any malpresentation, you can write the cord prolapse, uterine rupture, obstructed labor, fetal hypoxia and death. So the Brough presentation has chances to convert into face presentation and vertex presentation, and the chances are 50%. How? In this picture we can look that in Brough presentation the head is partially extended, right? So if during the early labor the head flexes, the Brough will convert into the vertex presentation. But if further extension takes place, this Brough presentation will convert into the face presentation. So Brough presentation during the early labor can convert either into the vertex presentation or into the face presentation. As in vertex presentation, the head is completely flexed. So in order to convert Brough presentation into the vertex presentation, the head should be flexed more. But as in face presentation, the head is completely extended. So in order to convert Brough presentation into the face presentation, the head should be more extended. So such type of Brough that convert into the face presentation or can convert into the vertex presentation is called the transient Brough. So if Brough presentation converts into the face presentation, mean mento-anterior, right? Or the vertex presentation, vaginal delivery is possible. So we will monitor only in the early labor. But if the Brough is persistent, the only solution is the C-section, or we should say that emergency lower segment cesarean during the labor. But if scenario it is written that during the early phase the pro presentation is converted into the vertex presentation, what would be the mode of delivery? Of course, now it is a vertex presentation. Vertex presentation can deliver vaginally. But if in scenario it is only written the baby has bro presentation, what we will do? Right now, as there is a bro presentation, we will go for cesarean. Now there are some important points that should be discussed. Caution augmentation means the augmentation of labor in primary gravida or nulliparous can be done for delay in early active phase of labor. These are the exceptional points that can be asked in the MCQs. So in bro presentation we will always go for C-section. But if they ask in which category of pregnant ladies we can go for caution augmentation or we can do the augmentation of labor, we should know that are the primary gravida or nulliparous. And only in which stage? Only in the early active phase of labor if it is delay. Now, as I have told that bro presentation cannot be delivered vaginally because mento-vertical diameter is the largest diameter, engagement will not occur. But in extreme prematurity, mean before the 28 weeks of gestation, bro presentation can be delivered. And always remember, labor should not be augmented in multigravida patients. If it is confirmed that in multigravida there is a bro presentation, go for cesarean because there can be the chances of the uterine rupture, there can be chances of the cord prolapse. And in multigravida the labor is often neglected, so never ever augment. Now I will tell you that how to memorize the topic bro presentation with the help of mnemonics or a short story that will be really helpful for you in your exams. So it is the short story of two brothers. One brother went to the hospital at 13 a.m. and he is in operation theatre, while the other brother is worried and he is saying this that, "Oh bro, as you are in operation theatre, it is making me mental and is hurting me in my vertex, which is the highest point of the head, causing my head partially extended." So whenever there is any question regarding bro presentation, just close your eye and remember this short story of two brothers. Why I have made this story of two brothers? Because the word bro mean brother, the word bro mean bro presentation. How we will decode this? The word bro shows the bro presentation, mean in bro presentation the presenting part is bro, so the presenting part is the bro. And as the main character of this story is brother, and the brother is acting as fatherly or friendly, the frontal bone is the denominator. So in bro presentation the presenting part is bro, the denominator is frontal bone, right? As you're in operation theatre, what it's mean? It's mean that whenever there is a bro presentation of the fetus will deliver by cesarean section only, right? It is making me mental and is hurting me in my vertex mean the presenting diameter is mento-vertical, right? That is very important point. And as the brother went to the hospital at 13 a.m., so this diameter is of about 13 centimeter. Now, last point, causing my head partially extended. So why the head is partially extended? Because due to headache, there is a spasm of the muscles, causing the head partially extended. What it's mean? In bro presentation, the attitude of fetus is partially extended. Normally, the fetal attitude is flexion. In face presentation, it is complete extension. But in bro presentation, it is partially extended or it is partially deflexed. So this was the whole topic. So now we will discuss the important points. What is the presenting diameter in Brough presentation? It is the mento-vertical. Brough presentation is due to partial extension of head or partial deflection of the head, right? Incidence of Brough presentation is very important. That is 1 in 1500 to 3000 deliveries. Now here is the important scenario that a primary gravida at 40 weeks of gestation admitted with the complaints of labor pain. On examination, the frontal height is 38 cm. The lie is longitudinal. On pervaginal examination, the presentation is Brough. What is the appropriate management? As there is a word of Brough and Brough is in operation theatre. What it means? That we will always go for the cesarean. So here we will take this option. Also remember these points, right? In next presentation, we will do the other malpresentations like the shoulder presentation, breech presentation, compound presentation.